not speak much because rather I have to listen from our experts, speaker panelists, and I really welcome from my heart in RTDX Talks, which is a unit of Speakers Forum. And RTDX Talks is just because of speaker panelists. And it has identity because of the brilliant speaker we have in RTDX Talks. So without wasting further time, to start with our talk show, let me first call a very gentleman, Tanmoy Panja. Sir, you have to start with your introductions and carry on with your topics. You have 8 minutes to go. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I am Tanmoy Panja. I am from Secunderabad. I am an entrepreneur. I am also a civil engineer. So, this is the today's topic is global warming and how much the government is doing to tackle this problem of global warming. So let's before beginning about the responsibility of government, let's think about the problem first. Because when we become the problem expert, we can also become the solution expert. So reason for global warming is, it is said that human activities like population, pollution give rise to the global warming. Some gases in the atmosphere like carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, chlorofluorocarbon, water vapor, all these are called greenhouse gases, and these gases let the sunlight to come into the earth through atmosphere, but keep some of the heat in the atmosphere, Earth's atmosphere itself, and do not let the heat to go back. The more the greenhouse gases we are having in our atmosphere, the more heat is trapped in the Earth's atmosphere, which further will strengthen the greenhouse effect and increase the Earth's atmosphere. Besides this, human activities like burning of fossil fuels like petrol, diesel, kerosene, coal, burning of all these gases in factories, in various industries, as well as at home, by various businesses. Also the transportation system we are running these days, those are also using petrol, diesel. All these fossil fuels are being used in a huge quantity in today's life. So these are increasing the amount of global warming, and due to this, the climate of the globe is changing. It has been decided from the various factors by the scientists that within 1 century, the temperature of our globe has increased by 1 degree centigrade, and within few decades, the temperature of the globe is going to increase more by 2 to 5 degrees centigrade in coming few decades. So we need to tackle this problem. We need to understand the gravity of the problem and take massive action to tackle with this problem, because this is at global level, like corona or something like that. So with the global warming, the sea level, the level of sea water is increasing, as well as the ice, whatever is there in poles, the icebergs, those are melting. And some places it is causing flood, and some places there are droughts due to climatical changes due to global warming. So coming to the government decision, there should be a creation of forest belt along the sea line, and deforestation should be stopped immediately. We can take the example of China. China is having a desert called Gobi Desert. That desert consists of 27% area of the China, and it was increasing from last few decades. the area of the desert was increasing. So what China did, China started plantation, started making a green belt in that desert so that the expansion of desert can be stopped, and also it aids to the minimizing the effect of global warming. And there can be green belt can be made in that desert. Their ministers, their government, their people, everyone in China are engaged in this project. Even government give incentives to people for plantation. Like China, we can take the example of Saudi Arabia. What Saudi Arabia did for last few years, Saudi Arabia is planting trees in the desert. They are trying to make the desert as a green zone. So why can't we do that thing in our country? We can make at least a green belt along the seashore of all the states in our country. I think government has taken a decision to make the green belt along the seashore, but that is required to be implemented at a massive level. Massive action should be taken to implement that, and all government agencies, whosoever is required to take action, must be involved immediately without further delay. And implementation must be checked at certain level with more power. The second measure to stop the global warming is the massive use of electric vehicles. We can see the transportation system these days, the pollution under control system, whatever is going on in our country, that is just a joke in many places. You can get your pollution control check at the cost of 100-200 rupees, even if you do not take your vehicle to the pollution control center. You can see the smokes, the poisonous smokes are coming out of the vehicle. So this department must be strengthened. There should be certain checks to check the emissions of the vehicle, as well as this massive support and subsidy to be given to the customers by the government for at least for 1 or 2 years to purchase these e-vehicles and deposit their or exchange their vehicle which are not working properly, which is having the old age of more than 15 or 20 years, emitting poisonous gases. Those can be taken by the government and can be made any other project to use those vehicles. And with this, with the helping of the government to the factories to make the vehicle, the norms and conditions for whatever is applicable to the businesses to prepare to productization of the vehicle must be minimized, so that there should be a mass production of this vehicle and mass use of this vehicle among the population. The third one is the strict traffic rule to tackle the pollution control in the vehicles, as I have already mentioned, the PUC system. And the fourth one is, even in these modern days, though we have started our civilization, our industrialization far decades ago, still you can see so many factories, so many industries are emitting their poisonous gases into the atmosphere. So many factories, so many industries are just draining out their chemicals, their poisonous chemicals, all this into the river or sea. All this can be stopped. If the emission cannot be stopped into the atmosphere, there should be some measures to at least to trap the poisonous effect of the pollution before emitting the smoke to the atmosphere. That step can be taken by the government, and some projects can be made to minimize the effect of those poisonous gases which emits from the industry and the factories. And the fourth point is to help the factories to get rid of use of fossil fuels and introduction of green energy, solar energy, at least electrical energy. And also there should be a drive to create awareness among people to use this type of energy, because we see this solar energy, green energy, all this exists for few decades, but we are not using those energy, those alternative sources of energy in a large scale, because many people are not aware about those energies, and there has not been a proper step, proper implementation to bring those energy into life. So that can be implemented at a government level with massive action and massive implementation. I remember when I was in Delhi for 4 years, every year during the winter season, during the beginning of the winter season, in the month of October or November, we used to suffer from a lot of pollution due to smoke, fog, smoke and all those things. When I inquired about those, I got to know that people around Delhi, that is the state neighboring to Delhi, UP, Haryana and Punjab, all those states, they burn their crops after harvesting the crops. They burn their crops, they burn the whole fields, and lot of amount of smoke is produced, pollution is produced, and that affects all the neighboring states. So all those type of activities can be banned by taking some measures by the government. Let it be by collecting those remaining crops from the crops or plants from the farmer, and there can be project made to reuse those things, or something like that can be taken up the government. And even after so many years of independence, I can see in our city, not in our city, in various cities of India, we can see there are huge garbage bins from all parts of city. Garbage is stored in those bins, and occasionally they burn those garbages with plastic and all those things, and poisonous gas emits from that, and that affects the overall area and surrounding area of that garbage bins. That is also creating a huge poisonous effect on people as well as on the atmosphere. So all these things, if we can be ensured by the government as well as by the people, I think global warming issue can be minimized. Besides taking action by the government, we the people are also having certain commitments to do at our end, like switching the normal bulbs with LED bulbs or energy saving bulbs. The second one is using a bicycle or for a walk without using car or motorcycle if there is no urgent need. The third one is always switching off the electrical items when do not use them. If we jointly do all these things, we help the government, we understand, and there is awareness among the global warming, among the people, because so many people even they are not knowing about the global warming. So all these measures are going to have positive effect of global warming, and I think with this we can stop and minimize the effect of global warming. So that's all from my side. Thank you very much.
Yes, Tanmoy sir, I just want to say my very friendly, view. See, I'm no one to give your view about your topic, because whatever you have said, I understood completely. It was not complicated. It was in a very layman language, and the way you spoke seems to be very, very, the concept is very, very true. And one more thing, I really like your, enthusiasm, the level of participation. Whenever we conduct any kind of program, RTDX talks, you always be the first person, to take part, irrespective of where it is. So I really salute your participation, and yes, I also request other speaker also to continuously take part, because I also feel that we should spend our time in speaking, because many times what happen as a principal, as a teacher, we always speak in the classroom. If it's a principal, we talk with the teachers and all. So our duty is what? Just talking only. So I also feel that this is a platform where you can talk fruitfully. That will definitely bring a very good result to the educators. And I very well want to welcome some of our new speaker panelists like Nahid. Sir, thank you for coming and joining our PDAS talks. So moving on to next. Yes, sir.